The Savoy Hotel in London has been the home away from home for some of the world's biggest names. Back in the roaring 20s, you couldn't find a pair of dancers more famous than the Dolly Sisters. Identical twins named Ginny and Rosie who made the most of their good looks and charm. They commanded large sums to perform, so of course they stayed at the swanky and luxurious Savoy while performing in London. But before they graced the world stage, they were two young Jewish girls from Hungary immigrating to America at the turn of the century. They began dancing in bar halls and on the vaudeville circuit to help their impoverished family, but it wasn't long before they became a huge draw on Broadway in the immensely popular Ziegfeld Follies. The Dollies were enticing both on and off stage, and the admirers soon started stacking up. Diamond Jim Brady, a brash and wealthy businessman, showered them with jewels, gave them a Rolls Royce wrapped in ribbons, and loved to show the sisters off. He was also responsible for introducing them to gambling, which got them in plenty of trouble later on. The sisters met Edward, the 26-year-old Prince of Wales, at a party. He introduced himself after catching their act, and they spent time gambling together in Deauville, France. But palace advisors warned him not to get romantically involved with Jenny, his favorite. Of all their wealthy admirers, Harry Gordon Selfridge, founder of London's Selfridge department store, fell the hardest and probably spent the most. He fell in love with Jenny in 1925, though he was already 69. He spent millions on them, covering gambling debts, helping Jenny buy a chateau, even giving them 4-carat blue diamonds set in the shells of live tortoises. Selfridge begged Jenny to marry him repeatedly, offering her millions to commit, but she felt their age gap was just too great. Rosie secretly married Imperial Tobacco heir Mortimer Davis Jr. in 1927, but his father stipulated in his will the Davis would only inherit if Rosie did not. In 1929, he gave Rosie an $8 million pearl necklace, but failed to pay for it. When Rosie found out, she traveled to Paris to hand the necklace in to the police. The couple was divorced by 1931, but Rosie found lasting love with Irving Nectar. In 1933, Jenny was traveling in a car with young pilot Max Constant when they crashed into a tree. Jenny nearly died, suffering many internal and external injuries, particularly to her face. She spent much of her fortune on plastic surgery trying to regain her looks. She went on to marry Bernard Viniski and adopt two sisters from Hungary, but she suffered terribly from depression, passing away in 1941. Rosie passed away in 1970. She was interred with her sister in Los Angeles at Glendale Memorial Cemetery. To learn more about the Dolly Sisters, read The Delectable Dollies by Gary Chapman, available on our Savoy shelf at bookshop.org. You can hear more about the Savoy and its other guests on Hotel History, available wherever you get your podcasts.